It appears something bad happened at TwitchCon. Who would have guessed?
There's a lot of
something bad happens there every year. It happens, man.
I want to talk about here after seeing what happened at TwitchCon last night. With
all I know about this, or at least all I think I know, is something happened to Emiru.
Emiru being assaulted by a rogue lunatic fan who just walked completely unimpeded past the line at her meet and greet and
Do they not have security?
Consensually hugged her and looked like tried to kiss her, which is textbook assault.
Yeah.
And it's very scary that it was able to happen so easily.
It's scary, but it's not surprising. Twitch, I said this in a tweet, I think. Twitch can't even run a website, let alone an actual event with people physically present. Like, they can't be trusted to do basically anything except Dan Clancy gooning. That's about the extent that they can do.
Here. He was shoved off by a security guard.
Oh, wow.
Then he just walked away.
Yeah, he shouldn't have to be shoved off. He shouldn't be able to get up there in the first place.
Whoa. That's crazy. Holy shit, what the
fucking voiceover. Yo, that's crazy.
fuck was that? What the?
The full clip goes on for about a minute and a half longer, but you've now seen the entire security presence here for the Emiru meet and greet.
Maybe two.
One person. One security guard. I have seen a stronger security presence at my dilapidated local Winn-Dixie.
Bro, straight up, my local grocery store is better security than this. There's two security guards.
This is fucking crazy. One guy. And also worth mentioning, it's not Emiru's preferred bodyguard from what I understand.
Preferred? Well, you can have also that cosplay is actually really nice. What the fuck? Anyway, you can have preferred bodyguard. Why does she have a Stairmaster?
Years ago, where there was a guy following me around TwitchCon, and he like asked him to stop multiple times. My guard asked him, and the guy wouldn't stop. So he grabbed the guy, but he didn't like hurt him. He was just holding the guy until like the con security came. Came. And then for some reason they're like, yeah, because your security guard touched him, he's like permabanned from the venue forever. But he didn't even hit him or anything. He just like held him while they waited for like the police to come.
I mean, if her guard like slapped the fuck out of him or something, like straight up like knockout punch, I would be like, okay. I don't agree with it, but I understand like from a legal perspective. If he just stopped him, I don't really understand it.
What the fuck?
And it was like my favorite security
Also,
guard.
I don't know this guy's name. I fucking love him though.
I can't have him at
Completely off
TwitchCon
topic.
anymore.
Now, as I was rendering this video, Emiru posted an update to everything to shed light on everything that happened. And this bodyguard you see push that guy is someone she hired. It's not her first round draft pick or anything. It is not a preferred bodyguard, but it's who she was allowed to bring. And she was surrounded is a word I'm using, very loosey-goosey. There was like a couple of other Twitch provided Fiverr
what were they doing?
Security drones elsewhere that just didn't react at all. The only one who did something was the one she hired. We're going to be going through her statement quite a bit here, but she's giving an update to let people know that she's okay and thankful for the outpouring of support. The guy had crossed multiple barriers, even in front of other creators, to grab and try and kiss her, which he was unsuccessful at doing, thanks to being pushed off. She then says that she doesn't understand how he was allowed to get that far in the first place, and that the security that does react is her own, confirming that it's not her usual security guard since he was banned. She then says that there were 3 to 4 other TwitchCon security who didn't react and even let him walk away.
Okay.
Which, again, is something you can confirm by watching the clip, that he just walks away completely unimpeded. The woman who was walking me away is also her own personal manager. It's not even event staff, which I thought it was event staff. Turns out
that's what I assumed as well.
The only 2 people who were checking on her and comforting her were her and her friend. Not even Twitch staff was coming to check on her. There's more in her statement we're going to get to in a
I'm not even surprised, man. Twitch is such a dog shit platform.
Moment, but I want to go...
Well, company, I should say. Not yes, platform, but company as well. I'm surprised. Something like this. everyone knew was going to happen, but I'm surprised it happened to Emiru. But I'm also not at the same time.
In chunks here. So I thought it was one security guard and then a couple of event staff that you could see in the clip. Turns out it's one security guard she brought.
But in my head, it wouldn't happen to Emiru, because in my head, Emiru would have like a SWAT team basically around her, but if she's not allowed, then...
And then no event staff, it's just her manager and her friend. So where the fuck is TwitchCon security or staff at all here? They just let this guy walk up to her and did nothing, and even just let him get away after assaulting her too. Again, I still cannot even believe they banned the security guard that she wanted to bring and had brought in the past that did successfully prevent a potential threat from harming her. It's so fucked up, and I truly can't understand the thought process behind their decision to ban him in the first place. He did
It's probably just they think that they're protecting themselves legally, just in case a security guard does something, because I know they're not allowed... There's a certain amount of punishment. I can't think of the exact word in my head right now, but there's a certain amount of, we'll just say, punishment that they can give, and it's a very fine line from what I know. So I'm guessing to save themselves legally, or potentially save themselves legally.
His job properly. He held the potential threat until authorities arrived. What else are you supposed to do? That's like the number one thing. You're supposed to stop the threat. And that sounds like exactly what he did here. I think maybe Twitch was concerned that he used excessive force or something because he grabbed him.
Yeah, that's where that's
what? Like, what do they think? He put him into force. A headlock and then hit him with an atomic power bomb into a fucking tombstone pile driver and then a Frankensteiner on the way out? Like, what do they think happened there? Now, I've read mixed things on who's responsible for that bodyguard being banned, whether it was Twitch or the venue TwitchCon is held at. But regardless of who's responsible for the ban, the fact that he is forbidden from being there because of being good at his job is just unacceptable. This guy...
I'd imagine it's TwitchCon. I doubt the venue would care very much.
Walks past this entire line, literally just fucking fee-fi-fo-fums through the whole line here at the meet and greet, and assaults Emiru. Nobody stopped him when he was cutting through the line, and it wasn't until he had already assaulted Emiru that he got pushed off. And then he didn't even get stopped or anything by additional security, because there was only that one guy that was there as like a bodyguard. Like, I don't know, I would just kind of expect after a fucking assault just unfolded here, there would be a big response from the TwitchCon security personnel. Like, coming over here throwing like a spike.
I imagine they have like maybe one security per like 50 streamers.
Strip down, or like at least throwing a banana peel down so
there's
he slips.
2 security guards there.
And falls on it so they can apprehend him, but I didn't see any of that happen. Nothing at all, just fucking crickets. Just tumbleweed rolling through here. Like, he just walked away. Apparently he did get ID'd, like, after this happened later. Because Twitch made a statement, which we'll go through in a minute, and sounds like they ID'd the guy and everything. But this is a complete failure on Twitch's shoulders here for their event. They banned her preferred bodyguard, whom has previously demonstrated the ability to stop something like this from happening, and instead supplied non-existent TwitchCon security around her meet and greet, and forced her to hire a different bodyguard, one that wasn't nearly as efficient as the one that she typically uses and wanted to have present here to protect her.
Might be a hot take. I think your bodyguard should look like an absolute fucking monster. If I had a bodyguard and he wasn't like 6'5", fucking like not 300 pounds, but like 240 pounds and like jacked, I don't want you as a security guard. Right? Unless you're like a pro MMA fighter or something. No. I think the biggest tool a security guard has is to look intimidating. Because if you look like you could rock someone's shit, they're far less likely to try something.
And just stew on this for a moment, because when you break it down, TwitchCon security literally did nothing. I don't know. Not only did they not stop the guy before he assaulted Emiru, again, it could have even been a murder or something if he had like a weapon or something. He was not stopped despite plenty of, ample opportunity for them to intervene. Not only did they not stop him, after it happened, they didn't even pursue him. The only one who acted at all, that one security guard, was not a TwitchCon security guard. It was someone Emiru hired, a bodyguard she hired. That was the only person that...
Out of sheer curiosity, if Emiru didn't hire a security guard, what would have happened? I know I don't like using hypotheticals, but just saying, I think we all need to kind of be like, hey, Twitch, what the fuck?
Acted at all. And the only people that checked on Emiru were her team. No one on the TwitchCon event side of things, apparently, according to Emiru. So that means at TwitchCon, the security didn't do anything at all, nor did the event staff do anything to even check on her after this happened. Holy shit. That is inexcusable. I've talked about events and stuff in the past. I've never been to TwitchCon. I have no plans of ever going to TwitchCon or anything even remotely similar to it. And I've always expressed, A, I don't think I'd have fun, and B, I'm always worried about events like that, like legitimate safety.
I understand going to events, but TwitchCon, TanaCon was safer than TwitchCon. Well, yeah. DashCon was probably better than TwitchCon has a problem every single year. Now, from what I remember last year, it was an after party that there was an issue with, as opposed to TwitchCon itself. But I remember there was an issue a year before that and the year before that. Like, they have a horrible track record.
Concerns
I don't know why, as a streamer, you would go to TwitchCon.
The Christina Grimmie tragedy where she was murdered at a meet and greet, I just have a huge hesitation with this kind of thing, because you never really know who's there and what security looks like. I know prior to TwitchCon, apparently there was a big emphasis on Twitch's side of beefing up their security.
Yes, there was, and everyone said, sure, buddy.
I'm not seeing that at all. The proof is not in the pudding here from what I'm seeing. It's extremely concerning that this creep was able to just walk up slowly, mind you.
This just reminded me, one guy got mad. I kept pausing the video during the reaction. Suck my balls, bitch. Anyway, Twitch did amp up the security. They doubled it. They went from 1 guard to 2. You don't understand. It's all about perspective.
Like, he charged the stage or something, with a fucking 4-second 40 where they couldn't respond in time. He slowly, calmly walked past everyone. Security, event staff, no one stopped him at all. Like, shit, I got stopped more often trying to go to a lacrosse party in college. Like, they were more vigilant about stopping people from getting into a fucking party, let alone, like, the actual safety of the guests here at this event. It is just crazy to me, because this guy could have had a weapon. He absolutely could have had a weapon. Like, it is just dangerous. It is dangerous, and it's a complete failure on Twitch's part here. Now, like I said, they did make a statement about this.
Yeah, let me see the statement.
The safety and security of all those attending TwitchCon is our highest priority.
Alright, we're 1 sentence in, and we have 1 lie.
Behavior displayed by the individual involved in the incident yesterday involving a high-profile streamer was completely unacceptable and deeply upsetting.
Okay.
In line with existing TwitchCon security protocols, law enforcement and event security were on site and responded to the incident.
No, what?
When?
Yeah, no,
in 7 business days? Like, where were they? Because, again, in the longer clip, it's like 2.5 minutes, and he just walks away. Like, you can see him leaving, and I maybe I missed it, but I didn't see anyone stopping him at any point.
Yeah, he just left.
We immediately blocked this individual from returning to the TwitchCon premises, and they are banned indefinitely from Twitch, both online and in-person events. We're coordinating with the impacted creators team, and per our standard protocols, continue to cooperate with any law enforcement investigations. We have increased security at the meet and greet attendee check-in point, and we'll have additional security personnel surrounding participating streamers. If you've RSVP'd for a meet and greet, please note that we are unable to accommodate +1s for the remainder of the event.
Okay.
Twitch has zero tolerance for harassment or acts that inhibit the safety and security of our community.
Unless it's by people we like. If we like you can do whatever you want.
Like I said, based on their statement here,
it's a nothing burger statement. It's a boilerplate statement just to try and save face.
It sounds as though they ID'd the guy responsible for this assault here, mentioning that he's been banned on Twitch and from the events. It sounds like there's also going to be additional follow-ups, I believe. That's how it read to me. Now, as a result of the assault that Emiru experienced at their event, they are going to be having a stronger security presence at further meet and greets that are scheduled.
Yeah, they might have 3
guards. The question
guards.
begs to be asked, why wasn't that an emphasis beforehand? You're saying that safety was like your top priority, yet it's very clear, very evident in this clip that there's not a lot of security there. So what are you doing about, like, safety? Like, well, I don't understand. If safety's such a high priority, where's security? Why, I don't know why.
Jorking it, bro.
it's so lackluster then if it's such a high priority? And again, this is like a huge streamer. Emiru is like one of the biggest.
Well, yeah, she's like not the face of Twitch, but she's definitely up there.
Streamers. What does security look like for streamers that aren't her size? I genuinely have no idea. It's a legitimate question I'm asking because, again, Emiru is like one of the biggest streamers, and TwitchCon didn't have like any adequate security presence at her meet and greet. What does it look like for a smaller streamer doing a meet and greet? Did they provide anything at all to them?
Nope. You're not even allowed your own security guard. You just go in, you fend for yourself.
And also, what they do provide is basically anyway, nothing. The security didn't act at all here. So now let's go back to Emiru's statement, because she says something very interesting here about Twitch's statement. In Twitch's statement, they said that the guy was immediately caught and detained. I'm sorry, but that is a blatant lie. He was allowed to walk away from my meet and greet, and I didn't hear he was caught until hours after he attacked me, and it felt like this only happened because of my manager pressing for it, not because TwitchCon staff present thought it was a big deal. She mentions there's more she wants to talk about on it, but I'll save it for stream. She then goes on to thank people for the support and confirms that this will be her last TwitchCon, which I think is completely understandable.
Yeah.
I think other creators should seriously consider not attending in the future. I did not feel cared for or protected, even bringing my own security and staff. I can't imagine how creators without those options would feel. So according to Emiru's statement here, she believes that the guy wasn't like immediately caught and ID'd by TwitchCon staff or anything like that. And in fact, it wasn't until her manager pressed them for action that they did anything at all. That's unhinged. They didn't want to, you know, jump into action after a fucking assault just took place. I just don't get it. That's completely unhinged. It almost feels like maybe they're more angry about Emiru's bodyguard there.
They probably are actually more angry that Emiru made them look bad than what actually happened.
Shoving the guy. Like, maybe they're thinking about banning him from Twitch events in the future or something. Like, it doesn't seem like their priority is safety. If they were going to just let this guy walk away until Emiru's manager had to force their hand to do something, this is just not a safe environment.
If their priority was safety, that would have never happened in the first place.
And this isn't a new criticism of TwitchCon. This has been consistently something that people have spoken out about for years with TwitchCon. Like, I'm sure a lot of you have heard the horror stories that have been reported numerous times in the past at previous TwitchCons about, like, drink spiking or...
That was last year, I think.
Like, the lack of security presence, stuff like that. It has been something that people have mentioned numerous times, and every time Twitch tries to assure the community that, you know, they're really taking security seriously this time around. This time, you know, it's fucking locked down. There's going to be no issues. And like clockwork, there's always seemingly some kind of big security concern.
There's always seemingly less. For how much they say they're adding more, there does seem to be less and less.
Or something that arises at TwitchCon. Like, it's just, I don't understand how they're not doing anything to, like, remedy it. Even in this, which is, again, supposed to be, like, their big year of security, like, because they made a huge, you know, stance on how strong they're going to be with security this year and how seriously they're taking it. How seriously they're going to take it, and then day one of TwitchCon, Emiru gets assaulted. And then... in this clip, it really seems like there's not a lot of security there. And if there is, like, off-camera, a bunch of security, they're not very efficacious. They're not very good.
They're protecting against evil spirits. There's just,
stopping
like, a group of priests in the back with crucifixes, and they're like, Begone! Begone, evil spirits! Go! While ignoring actual people. Or maybe there was just a group of guys at the front just in case, like, Tectone came out. They love him more than anyone else. So they might have just dedicated all security to hunting bald guys.
A legitimate threat. Like I said, this guy's intentions could have been to murder Emiru here. He could have had a weapon, and he wasn't...
And he would have been able to, well, maybe not get away with it, but he would have at least done it. Maybe not kill her, but he definitely would have gotten a stab if he wanted, at the very least.
Even stopped. He got all the way to her and assaulted her before he was finally shoved off.
Quote unquote.
Like, there is a real problem. And according to Emiru, it's actually even worse than that on the TwitchCon security side, where they didn't even, like, want to go after the guy until they were forced to by Emiru's team pressing them for it. So not only did the assault happen under their watch, where they had ample chances to stop that guy, but none of the handful of security that was around intervened in any way. And then didn't do anything to pursue the criminal. That's a crime. Like, that's a crime, and they were just gonna let him get away with that. It's complete lunacy. Emiru mentions that event staff didn't, like, check on her or anything. What you saw was her team checking on her and, you know, making sure everything's okay. So,
I'm actually at the point where I can't even think of anything to say because it's just so fucking stupid.
what is TwitchCon, like, where are the event staff and security then? So they don't even check on someone who was just assaulted? They don't even go and see, like, what just happened? Like, are you okay? Do you need anything? Nothing at all?
Is Bigfoot
like, that's
real?
crazy. It does
Where's
not
Atlantis?
feel like safety is a huge
TwitchCon
priority at TwitchCon. What happened to Emiru is terrible, and it shouldn't have happened at all. It shouldn't happen to her or anybody attending TwitchCon. Another thing I want to briefly mention here. Apparently, Emiru didn't even want to do the meet and greet. She was obligated to in order to keep her show.
So I had to cancel my meet and greet
I
because
thought it
of
was going to be in her contract or something.
the stuff.
But I suppose technically
But
it is.
in order to, I can't cancel my meet and greet and not cancel her show because of the fact that the reason I cancel my meet and greet is I don't want to be in the same place for 2 hours.
Huh?
Because of people
Sorry, I
being
think
weird.
I'm just stupid. What?
Okay.
And then I'm under contract with them, so I can't cancel one and not cancel the other.
Interesting. Oh.
So I'm sorry,
I kept my meet and
Emmy.
greet because I wanted to keep my show. Surely it'll be
I'm
fine.
sorry, Emmy.
I'm sure
I don't mean this in a bad way. You have a show? What?
it'll be nice.
It sounds like it was a contractual obligation that if Emiru wanted to keep that show, she would have to do this meet and greet, which is something it doesn't seem like she wanted to do, but was trying to approach it with optimism about people, you know, being nice and not being weird. Unfortunately, that's just not how things panned out. And it's crazy. She didn't even want to do this meet and greet. It's something that it seems Twitch was requiring her to do in order to keep the other thing that she actually did want,
yeah.
unrelated to the meet and
I'll let him
greet.
finish.
So she decides to oblige and do this meet and greet, and Twitch doesn't even do the bare minimum of giving her adequate security to protect her. Holy shit. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's about it. See ya.
The reason why they probably basically force her to do it is because no other big, well, I'm sure there were some big streamers, but like all the biggest streamers just were not going to TwitchCon that year because of how dog shit Twitch was. No one wanted to go. So more than likely what I imagine happened is they were like, it's going to look really bad, not only to the public, but to investors. I'm assuming they have I know they're bought by Amazon, but I imagine they're still public. Or either way, it would look bad to Amazon investors. So either way, they have to, you know, they're obligated to someone. It would look really bad for not only the public, but investors that our biggest creators don't even trust us enough to show up. So we're basically just going to force her to do it, because at least then we're 1 for like 10 instead of 0 for 10, you know? Yeah, no, that's fucking wild. It's not shocking, but it's still completely fucked, man.